up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we are going to do another Play Booster Box battle. Most of you are familiar with how this works, but for those of you who are not, how this thing is going to work, we have 5 participants. We're going to crack this thing open. Each one of them is going to get 6 packs. We're going to open those packs in rounds of 3, adding up the mana values for all the rares and all the mythics. And at the end of this thing, the person with the highest total mana value and the person with the lowest total mana value amongst rares and mythics are each going to get 3 additional Play Booster packs to go along with the spoils. We'll set this off to the side here. In the event of a tie, we will take the highest mana value mythic as the first tiebreaker, the highest mana value rare as a second, and if we need a third tiebreaker, then we will go down the line with the highest mana value rare until there is a tie. No more. Alright, Final Fantasy. We continue our onslaught of Final Fantasy openings this month. I knew it was going to be a big release. We all knew it was going to be a big release. I have heard, I think, other than pricing, which is understandable, I think I've heard mostly positive reviews of the set. I played a couple of pre-releases. I drafted it for the first time last night. I did not do well. 1 and 2. Boo. But, yeah, you know, strong reviews for the set. I think it's going to have, I've said it before, like a huge commander impact. And I think there's probably going to be some constructed implications as well, certainly of standard, and I think some multi-format bombs in there as well. All right, we got 6 packs for Frosty Doge. We have 6 packs for Fop. 6 for Unholy Ram. 6 for Zephy, 21, and last but not least, we have 6 for Seth H. Good luck, everybody. Let's have some fun. We'll go 3, 2, 1, so we'll go 3 packs, 2 packs, and then 1 pack. Frosty, start us off. We've done 1 other play box, so we've done, what, like 3 collector battles so far, plus a couple boxes I opened for myself. We've done 1 other play box battle, and the first play box, I will say, felt pretty good. Like, I've heard the mythic counts in this set are pretty low in the play boxes. We fortunately did not experience that in our first play box. It had like 6 mythics in it, which I think is pretty high above the curve. We start off with a Raban as a rare in there. Raban's actually, I've seen, it's very, very early on. Like, it just hit Arena a few days ago. But I've seen Raban bouncing around some standard decks, getting at least a little bit of a tryout, some play. Summon Shiva. Love the summons in the set. Zaz Chocobo. Pretty good. Next up is, ooh, hey, a borderless Sin Spear's Punishment. Sin is a pretty good card as well. A little Sultai action there for Sin Spear's Punishment. There's also a 7 for mana value. And 3rd pack for Frosty. We've not seen any through the ages. I believe are 1 in every roughly 3 play boosters. If we hit any of those that are rares or mythics, we do count those as well. Choco Comet, Diamond Weapon, Phoenix down. Rare is Ishgard, the Holy Sea. That is a land first, so that is a 0 for mana value. And that will do it there. So we have a total of 9. 9 for Frosty. Yeah, we'll put the borderless Sin on top. Fop to you. Definitely some juicy mythics in the set. Oh, looks like we have our first Through the Ages card there. We sure do. That is Golbez, Clad in Darkness, otherwise known as Sir Conrad. That is an uncommon, so we won't count it as far as the mana value is concerned. But a sweet hit nonetheless anytime you pull one of those Through the Ages. Rare is a Realm Reborn. That is a 6 mana value. Pretty high. Double foil, both commons. Common and land, I should say. All right, next pack. 6 mana value. You're already almost surpassed Frosty. All right, next pack. Capital City. Yep, Summon Anima. Pretty good. Limit Break. Tifa's Limit Break. That was, oh, ho, 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 ho. It's a mythic. It's a good one, and it's a really high mana value. That is Summon Bahamut. I think this is actually... Is this the first Bahamut I've pulled? It might be. There's still like a couple mythics from this set I have not pulled. I think there's one of them. Oh, and I think I pulled one other. For Patron. That is 9, though, and that is what's looking to be a really good hit. I've been definitely messing around with this card a little bit on Arena. Both from a value perspective, and we'll see where prices shape out. It's still very, very early, but certainly from a battle perspective, already at 15 mana value through your first 2 packs. Excellent hit there. Congratulations. That's a really good one. All right. Ash, Sandworm, X-Death. Rare is the Masamune. There's a 3 for mana value. Sephiroth Sword. And pretty good first round there as well. So, we go 9 plus 6, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 it is. Okay. And a really sweet hit on that Summon Bahamut. That card is pretty awesome. Okay. Unholy Ram, it is your turn. So, first mythic of the box. Hopefully one of many we shall see. All right, Titus Blitzball Star, Phantom Train, X-Death. Rare is Choco, Seeker of Paradise. That is a 4. Next pack. There's definitely some cards in this set. I mean, aside from like the art and the nostalgia piece, just from the actual playability, definitely some cards I think I know that I'm excited for. Hey! That is Light Up the Stage, a promise fulfilled. It is an uncommon. It is a Through the Ages card, but an uncommon. But, again, a Through the Ages card nonetheless. We like those. Evil Reawakened. Trade creature of the battlefield with 2 counters on it. Okay, just checking it out. It's a reanimate spell. For those of you who know me, you know me. And Memories Returning, which seems like a less good stock up, if I'm being honest. Like, stock up as an uncommon just seems like better than Memories Returning. Oh, but we have a second rare in this, and it is Vincent Valentine, and this time in a borderless. It is not foil, but boy, Vincent is... Constructed-wise, it's 4 for a 2/2, so like, just it dies to just everything. But I will tell you, like, at pre-release, I got bodied by this card multiple times because I couldn't answer it right away. One of my very good friends even managed to attach that mythic shield to his Vincent that gave it power and toughness equal to his life total, at which point he was still at 20 because I was on the back pedal. And so he then proceeded to attack with like what was like a 24/24 trample lifelink Vincent after it transformed, and that was a GG. Okay, Ram, your next pack is, you did pull another Through the Ages. It is another uncommon, Squall Leonhardt, which is Danitha. Still, another Through the Ages. Pretty good. Cargo Ship, Fire Magic, Gaius. Rare is another Sin. Okay. It's another 7 mana value, and that is a Magic Pot. And that will do it there. Wow. Well, Fop looked like he was going to do some damage here, but it is far from over. So we have 4, 8, 12, plus 7, 19. 4, 8, 12, 7, 19 it is. Woo! And we'll keep that sweet borderless Vincent on top, just bullying me and taking my lunch money at pre-releases. All right, Zephy, you're up next. Hey, another Through the Ages card. This is Command Beacon. That is a rare, but is also a land. So no mana value, but a Through the Ages rare nonetheless. And Command Beacon is certainly a very playable rare as well. So not a bad hit there, even if it's not contributing to mana value for you. All right, Demon Wall, Summon Shiva, Zaz Chocobo. Rare is Tella, the Great Sage, or just Great Sage. Sometimes I add thes in there that don't exist, but it feels like it should be a the. That is a 5 for mana value for Tella. Tella's a great sage. She's a little older, but if you have a younger version, then you have new Tella. And that's delicious. All right, I'll see myself out. Next pack. Oh, common, Fat Chocobo. I think in the last video I had like a Freudian slip and I called it Chonkobo, which seemingly fits. The Earth Crystal, neat. I do like the Crystal Cycle. That's a 4/4 mana value. And a foil rare Genova Ancient Calamity. Very cool. And you still have one more pack. I was going to start adding mana values. We're not there yet. Here we go. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Through the Ages, and it's a rare, and it's a pretty sweet one. Not only is it just a really good card, but the art is ridiculous. That is Astral Titan, otherwise known as Primeval Titan, otherwise known as Primetime. Very nice hit, a 6/4 mana value. Apparently the high is where the action is going to be at. Rare is Primal Odin, which is also 6 for mana value. I definitely want to like make Primal Odin unblockable and hit somebody with it on chapter 2. Like that is it's like a side quest goal there. All right, what do we got going on for mana value? We have 6 plus 6, 12, 16, 20, 25. Ooh. Let me run that back. 6, 12, 16, 20, 25 it is. And we will keep that awesome Primetime up top. All right, Seth. Frosty's over here is like, yeah, you guys just put up your 19s and 20s. Like, rock on, guys. All right, Seth, it is your turn. Final days. GF Ifrit in the borderless. Rare is Water Crystal. Foil rare, second foil rare of this box is Dion Bahamut's Dominant, which does flip into Bahamut Warden of Light. Dion's pretty good. Oh, there's a gold stamp card. Gold stamp rare. Art card. Who knows? Normally I don't really stop on the art cards too much anymore, but for this set, never know. Okay, second pack for Seth. Chocobo Racetrack. Rare is Brynhilder. That's our first rare. That is a 2 mana summon rare. Followed by a second rare, which is Machinist Arsenal. That is a 5/4 mana value. And then a foil uncommon Vanille back there. For all that, and this has been a pretty good box, I would say so far. Like it seemingly has some nice hits in it, some fun stuff in it. Still sitting on 1 mythic, right? Okay. Next pack. We have a borderless Fang. The rare is Jill, Shiva's Dominant, which also has a transform function into Shiva, Warden of Ice. Yup. And that will do it there. All right. So what do we got going on here? We have ourselves a 3 plus 5. That's 8, 10, 14, and 18. 4 plus 4, 8, 10, 15, 18 it is. Sure. I don't know what I want to put on top. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put Jill. Sure, why not? All right, so after the first round, Frosty, 9. Fop, 18. Unholy Ram, 19. Zephy with a 25, and Seth with an 18. So, Frosty, we are back to you. You are currently very much in line for the low. You are half the mana value of the next lowest person at this moment in time. Seems good. All right, we do have a rare off of the Through the Ages. It is Inal or Kuja, Mage Manufacturer. This is a 5 for mana value. All right, Reach Horizon, Eject. Rare is a Borderless Raban. This is a 2 mana value still. And that will do it there. We have our second pack. Oh, I was like, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it sure is. So we got another, we did get another mythic. We got one off of Through the Ages, and boy, it's a really, really good one. That is Stay With Me, otherwise known as Ristic Study. Just absolutely stunningly good art. You cannot get the foils in the playbacks. You can only get non-foils in the Through the Ages slot, but that is a Ristic Study. That is a heck of a hit. Huge, huge hit. 3 for mana value. Yeah, that's right. The pack's not over. The rock's not done yet. All right, Chocobo Racetrack. Esper. And a mythic. Oh, my goodness. Frosty. Frosty, you are winning this thing. Like, just in spirit, not even by mana value, but probably by mana value as well. That is Vivi. That is actually the first Vivi I have pulled. Like, period. What are we in? 3 collector box battles plus 2 play boosters. That is the first Vivi I pulled. That is a pack. In the same pack, kidding me? Vivi and Ristic Study. I don't know if you will win, but you have won. If that makes any sense. Like, I don't even know what to put on top. It's probably the Stay With Me, right? But boy. Alright, mana values. I should probably do this. 3, 6, 7, 8, plus 5, 13. 5, 6, 7, 10, 13. That's going to put you at 22. And despite the 13 and 2 packs, still just barely ahead of, or just barely above the next low. All right. Well, there was our second Mythic of the box. Oh, and third Mythic of the box. Okay. Bahamut, Ristic Study, and Vivi. Like, that's an incredible box. Fop, back to you. 4-2. All right, Renoa. Stolen uniform. Rare is Venat, Heart of Heidelin. Does flip into the Mother Crystal. That is a 3/4 mana value. And next up, all right, Adelbert Steiner, Cargo Ship. Regalia, that is a 4/4 mana value. Double rare pack is Xenos Egalvis, second of the art stamped cards. Xenos does flip and do the Transcendent Rival. All right, so we have ourselves a, what is that, 12? 5, 9, plus 3, 12 it is. This is going to put you at a 30 right now. 30. All right, Ram, back to you. Ram at a 19. You guys are both, well, you were chasing Zephy by 6 mana value coming into these 2 packs. You're already at a 19. Instant Ramen. We have a uncommon off of the Through the Ages. It is Lucas Stadium, which is Strixhaven Stadium. I see this card get pulled a lot. Feels like a common uncommon. Sandworm. Emperor. Rare is Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. Gilgamesh is also quite a house. If you're playing equipment in this format and limited, which is almost assuredly the case, Gilgamesh just do so much work. 6 for a 6/6 that has an ETB and attack trigger is fairly ridiculous. Okay. Next pack for him. It looks like we have another Through the Ages. It is an uncommon. It is Wild Rose Rebellion, otherwise known as Counterspell. Summon Primal Garuda. Circle Power. Ignis. Rare is GF Cerberus. Pretty good card. Hey, and Cecil, the Dark Knight. I actually like Cecil, which does flip into the Redeemed Paladin as well. Okay, so mana value wise, 1 plus 4, that's 5, plus 6, that's an 11. 6, 10, 11 it is. I have this as an uncommon. I don't know why I have it up there. 11. Sure. Ram, that also puts you at a 30. Okay. I'm going to leave Vincent up top, just because I like Vincent, despite him just bullying me. All right, Zephy, you got a 25. You're currently chasing Fop and Unholy Ram 5 below the high right now, coming into your 2 packs. Wow. Okay, so there's another Through the Ages. It is Barren Rivalry or Deadly Dispute. Pretty good card. It's an uncommon. Self-Destruct. Adelbert. Rare is Genji Glove. So you are now officially caught up on mana value. That'll get it done. Next pack. All right, Queen Braun, Eden Seat of the Sanctum, Vanille. Rare is... I was just going to say, I was like, imagine if this is a 0 mana value pack. Yeah, alright, that is a 0 mana. It's Jador, and there is not another rare in there. So that also gives you 5. Which means we currently have a 3-way tie for the high with 30 mana value. Seth, you have a 18 coming into this pack. Why don't you just go ahead and get 12 mana value so we can have a 4-way tie, and I can be very angry. Alright. I'm not very angry, but, you know, it's going to make me work and think. I don't like all that. Here we go. Black Waltz number 3. Prime Vista. Sid, Timeless Artificer. Rare Starting Town. Hey, there we go. Really, really good hit. Starting Town is already starting to creep up. It's just going to be a multi-format card. Like, it's going to be a multi-format played land. It's really good. 0 for mana value. So that actually puts you more in line with giving Frosty something to think about in terms of the low. Frosty's at a 22. You're at an 18. You just pulled a 0. So you're technically coming into this pack lower. Let's see what this pack has to offer. Tonberry, Zidane. The rare is Golbez Crystal Collector. That is a 2. Multi-rare pack. It is, Astrologian's Planisphere. Actually, a Planisphere. That card is also getting a look in Standard. And because why not? That's 4 mana value, which puts you at a 22. And then also, therefore, puts you in a tie for the low. So let's just lay this out here. Pretty simple. Coming into the last round, everyone's got 1 pack. And we have a 3-way tie for the high and a 2-way tie for the low. Frosty and Seth both in the low with 22. Fop, Ram, and Zephy all tied for the high with a 30. Box is wild. Box is wild. All right, good luck, everybody. Frosty, I don't think anybody's wishing you luck at this point. Everyone is just sitting there very jealous of 2 very specific pulls. Here we go. You're in the low right now. Tied for the low. Garnet. Relentless. Katana. Side quest. Oh, it's a mythic. And it's a borderless cloud. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So there's another mythic in this box, and it is a borderless cloud, which is also a pretty good hit. By pretty good, I mean a very good hit. Well, Frosty, that is a 2 for mana value, and regardless of what happens, quite a haul, my friend. Quite a haul. All right, Fop. Tied for the high. You would have the mythic. You would have the tiebreaker right now with that Bahamut as a mythic staring us back in the face. Here we go. I should state that Frosty got, like, I got so distracted. That was a 2, so it gives you a 24. So distracted. Okay, here we go. Reno and Rude, side quest. Rare is the Darkness Crystal. Pretty good. That's a 4 for mana value and a pretty good card overall. So we will add 4. Giving you a 34. And likely meaning that everyone else, or the 2 people behind you, will need a 5 to beat you. Here we go. Ram. Choco Comet, Diamond Weapon, Garland. The rare is Joshua Phoenix's Dominant. That is a 3. Is there a second rare? There is not. So that will put you, at a 33, which will not be good enough today. Zephy. Again, essentially chasing 5. You need 5 for the outright. 4 would go to breakers, and I would believe that that would not be, that would be to Fop's advantage. So you need a 5. You start off with, it is a Through the Ages rare Venser. That is a 4. Doing a lot of work here for you with that Venser. That is a rare. Here we go. It's Midgar. It's City of Mako. Midgar, City of Mako. That is a land. Is there a second rare? There is not. Here It is a 4, giving you a 34. Again, I will double check to make sure you didn't have a mythic in there, but believe the breaker is going to go to Fop. You were in a tie, and tiebreaker looks like it's Fop. So, Venser was enough to tease you. Midgar crushed it. All right, Seth, you are chasing Frosty by 2 mana value, which means you need, and I believe you don't have any mythics, so that would go to Frosty. So you basically need a 1 or a 0. Here we go. There are plenty of 1s and 0s. We just saw 0. Rare is Balthier and Fran. That is a 3. Whew. It is a 3, which will put you at a 25 and take you out of the low. Although starting town is not the worst. That's not a bad place to be. And actually, the Planisphere for that matter. What a battle. What a box. Box that had Bahamut, Rhystic Study, VV, and a borderless Cloud. That is a fairly ridiculous box. Final standings. Frosty in the low with 24. Fop. Well, I mean, just to make sure I do it and do it correctly. Again, I want to make sure. Not rubbing it in, just verifying. And it's Bahamut starting on top. I need to go no further. So Fop does win on tiebreakers with that Bahamut taking him into the high. Wow. Okay. Frosty, you got some prize packs. Arguably the 2 big winners winning even more. It do be like that sometimes. Here we go. Frosty, how will you add to your spoils? How about a Fatal Push off of Through the Ages? And how about From Father to Son? Actually, don't see that rare very often. Sure, that's a 2. I don't know why I said 2. We're not battling anymore. Za. We have a 2nd rare. And a 3rd rare, Ishgard the Holy Sea. So that was a triple rare pack plus a Through the Ages Fatal Push as your first prize pack. Pretty good. Pretty good. Next. All right. Gaius. Rare is, sure, Planisphere. Also a really good rare. Okay. And a foil uncommon crystal fragments, which is pretty cool. Next, last prize pack. All right. Rydia, Zach Fair, Esper, Ramu, Hope. I like Hope a lot. That's a pretty good rare. And how about a 2nd Cloud? Holy moly, Frosty, you are rolling. Another mythic, another Cloud. Pretty good. Not a bad set of prize packs. All right. Frosty, you feels like you have won the day. Fop, you have 3 prize packs coming to you. All right, Unexpected Request, Travel the Other World, Overworld, Side Quest. Rare is Za, Catsroy. Okay. Next one, we have Eject, Rydia, Zach Fair again. Wow, that's weird. All right. There's like the same set of uncommons. And the rare is Vincent Valentine yet again. That is Vincent again. Pretty good. Just reminding me, hey, I'm still out there, buddy. And last prize pack. Here we go. Black Waltz number 3. Rydia's Return. Renoa. Side quest, Raise a Chocobo. Rare is Tifa. Hey, Tifa's not bad. That's a nice little rare. Okay, all right. Well. Again, stellar box. And Frosty, you stay Frosty. You have won the day. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though. And if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. And be well.